That down. Let's move on to our next topic here, shall we? You know, for those of you who may not have heard, a number of years ago, they announced that we were getting a new Max series that was going to be connected to the Matt Reeves Batman franchise. Not Penguin, that is coming. But originally, the idea was going to be this Gotham police kind of show. That was like back in 2020. Then a couple of years later, Matt Reeves said that's evolved into a show about Arkham Asylum. Now, then James Gunn and Peter Safran took over, said the show is still in development. Then later they said it's still in development, but now instead of being connected to Matt Reeves' Batman, it's going to be connected to the overall DCU, the new DCU. Well, now all that's gone because according to this report in the wrap, the Arkham Asylum series is now no more. It is gone. Bye-bye, which, you know, isn't going to catch a lot of people by surprise because there has literally been no word about it other than every year or two. Oh, now the project is going to be this. Oh, now the project's going to be this, but never actually any real movement. They had somebody on board as a showrunner who was never really able to come together. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was interested, not super excited. I was interested in an Arkham Asylum series when it was going to be connected to the Robert Pattinson Batman. Because an Arkham Asylum series in that world seems a lot more tantalizing to me than in a DCU that we haven't even seen yet, right? And you know what? With all the new DC content coming out, it might be good for them to not oversaturate the Matt Reeves Batman universe. I mean, because we've already got Matt Reeves' Batman. We're going to have part 2 coming out. We've got Penguin coming out. So at the end of the day, even though I know there was a lot of interest when it was first announced, but the fact that nothing's happened in so long, it might actually just be for the best that this is happening at this point. They can focus on the projects they do have. So I know it's going to be disappointing to some people, but I think if you ask most people, do you really think it's going to happen? I think most people would have said last week that probably not. Anyway, Chris, you heard about this. Were you surprised to hear it's been canceled? Were you looking forward to yourself? What do you think?
Not surprised, but I was looking forward to this. I remember when this first just got announced and we didn't know details. People were making the comparisons of maybe this is going to be like Gotham Central, that wonderful 2002 comic run from Ed Brubaker. Then when it was going to be Arkham Asylum, we all postured of, oh, what if it's like an anthology series? That'd be really cool of just doing one episode focused on one of the denizens of Gotham who's there in Arkham. So I'm honestly happy that if they're not fully on board with what they were creating here, that we're not seeing this.
Right, yeah.
Because, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. DC, for a while here, has felt like they did give us some things of, well, we made it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to watch it. Or, hey, we made it, but we're going to scrap it. I would like them to stop in pre-production, get their ducks in a row, and then do something. Because, I mean, the Arkham games, even if you're just not a fan of the comics or the animated series or the Batman movies or anything, the Arkham Asylum games are so good.
They're great.
They're so fun.
I still go back and play them.
They're a fantastic replay. They're really, really great. Detective mode is amazing. Oh, my gosh. But because those games are so beloved, having a live action thing that does not live up to that expectation does set you up for failure as much as you want to differentiate the two things. So I feel like this is something they'll probably revisit in a couple years, maybe once the Batman universe is a bit more established with this new canonic DCU. But for now, I'd rather just have a really solid Penguin show and then have them focus on the movies and everything than give me some watered down meh version of one of my favorite aspects of Gotham.
Now, I know this isn't going to be popular. And that's fine because it is often, as I say, lonely being right. But I mean, while I love and I wanted for years for DC and Marvel to have the testicular fortitude to make movies that were one-shots and outside of their cinematic, just like the comic books do. The comic books have their main storyline runs, and they will often put out these other stories that aren't really connected to their overall running universe. I wish they would do more. So I love the fact that we got Joker outside of the DCU. I love the fact that we got Matt Reeves as Batman. But I gotta say, Chris, I would be apprehensive about having two running cinematic universes. Because when you have Batman 1, Batman 2, Penguin, and a Gotham like an Arkham Asylum series, all taking place in like one universe,
Mm-hmm.
like that's no longer a one-off. That is now a separate, completely running cinematic universe. And while I want DC and Marvel to make these one-shot movies and movies outside of their main cinematic universe, I don't think you want multiple cinematic universes running at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Probably not. I mean, you can take a very comic book approach to it, though, and just have these different, I know not your favorite, multiverse kind of situations. And then it does set DC up to do a New 52 kind of situation or a Crisis on Infinite Earth situation,
Right.
where we then slowly kill off some of these other universes, which is a great way to get rid of things that aren't as popular, I guess. But yeah, I understand, though, because for your average moving-going audience member, my parents, right? That's who I kind of always think of, where they're aware of comic books and things, but they don't read them. They're not going and getting weeklies. I think if there are a whole bunch of different Batmen at one time, they will get confused.
Yeah. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, it's not really a big surprise. We haven't really heard of any tangible movement on it in a long time, but apparently it's now official that Arkham Asylum series we're going to get is no more. Maybe Chris is right. Maybe at some point down the line, we could get a new iteration of it. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.